Peter, and this is Nico, and this is my first episode back to Behind the Mirror with Peter. And today, I think we're gonna have a fun conversation about visualizing our dreams and making them happen.
Yes.
So, what you got planned, Nico?
So, you know, in the spirit of getting things done, I checked one more thing off my to-do list. Is I went ahead and rented an office space. I was justifying and rationalizing why my home office was perfect, and it is. Don't get me wrong, it's perfect. But I think when you commit to a space and you are now on the hook for, paying the rent on it, it makes you really think about your hustle, your marketing, your whole way of doing business a little bit differently. Knowing that you don't have that overhead is a safety net. You don't have to do anything, great, because it's your home. Whereas when you have that office space, it made me feel like, okay, now you really need to be more deliberate every day. And so I found a space that I'd been looking at. It's a location that I like, and it was in my price point because I'm cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So
You and me both know I'm cheap.
woo, baby, cheaper than a dollar store toy. But for a good reason, I want to conserve those funds to use it on other things. And I didn't need a lot of space. So I did rent the space, and when I went to sign the contract, the man looked at me every kind of crazy because I sat down there and I read every line on the contract, and he was like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone read the whole contract. And I thought to myself, you ain't ever had Nico owing you money. So I was like, sir, if you got time, I got time. I'm about to read this. So it looked usual and customary, not that I would know what that looked like. And I signed the lease, and I immediately just felt like, you can do this. You can do this. And so now it's about, I know my daily number. Now I need to add to it, how much money do I need to make a day to make that more, make it worth it, to cover that cost. And I don't feel overwhelmed by it. I feel kind of inspired where I'll have some place to actually go and do work and get things done, because people always say, you do too much, you do too much. And I was like, oh, maybe I could just do nothing.
And so what got you to get over the people saying you could do too much? Because I feel like even sometimes I find myself saying that to myself, and I'm like, self, shut up.
Mm-hmm. Because they say you can't, you can be a jack of many, master of none. But you know what? If you have a great idea, I think you owe it to yourself to do something with it. Now, yeah, I do think you need to focus on your baby, whatever that might be. But it doesn't mean you can't entertain other ideas.
Well, when you said that quote, I found out there's a portion that nobody be knowing. It's a part that's omitted. Because it was a jack of all trade, a master of none,
Mm-hmm.
beats having nothing at all.
And that is true. I'd rather do too much than not enough.
Because even though you're a jack of all trade, you're able to do so much more. You're able to have a lot.
And just think, when those things catch on, look at all that. White Castles just don't make double cheeseburgers.
No.
They make French fries. They make filet. They make fish with cheese. They make
I heard they were the first to have the veggie burgers.
Yeah. So what happens if you tell White Castles and McDonald's, oh, you're doing too much?
They're not gonna listen.
Your brand can have multiple lines, and they say you're supposed to have 7 streams of income.
I thought it was 5, but now I know it's more.
Well, it's more than one. So how about that? how you gonna do it? You know, and you spend your whole life trying to perfect one thing that you never get to the next great thing. Or maybe that one thing you're doing is just supposed to be the stepping stone to your next great idea.
That's so true. You ever watch? Well, I feel like everybody watched this, but I don't know. But did you ever watch The Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah, I did.
So back to my story about The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
So Will Smith was telling his son this, or I don't know if the son was telling Will Smith, somebody was telling the story, and they were talking, and it was how you have to have faith. And so basically what happened was that it was this guy who was drowning, and he was like, Lord help me, Lord help me. And so the Lord sent him a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no, Lord's gonna help me. And so he's like, Lord help me, Lord help me. Send him another. He said, no, Lord's gonna help me. Lord help me, Lord help me. Send him another one. He said, no, Lord's gonna help me. He drowned. He gets up there to speak to the Lord.
Yeah.
And he said, Lord, why you ain't help me? He said, I did, fool.
I sent you 3 boats. Yeah.
And so that's what it is. A lot of time, it's just knowing when to have the moments to go ahead and take the help from the person on the boat.
That's true. Knowing when to just go on and step out. Just go on and take it.
But that was a great movie, stepping out and doing it on faith.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you got. I mean, and when you think about it, what's the worst thing that can happen? You fail. Well, that's kind of a given. You don't get good experience until you have a couple of failures, bad experiences, you know, lessons learned. And what were we saying earlier? Ain't nobody about to tuck your money in the casket with you.
No.
So, you know.
We ain't no Drake over here. Because Drake don't know, ain't nobody gonna listen to him when he dead.
We're gonna tuck it in our pockets and not in the casket. But it's just like, you know, take the chance. You know, you betting on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's probably the best person to bet on.
You know what you have to lose, but you also know what you have to win. So if you're afraid to bet on yourself, then who else gonna bet on you? So you just, I don't know,
Well, I heard this quote at this hair show over my last weekend, and he said, people will buy you if you sell you.
Okay.
And I just thought that was a word he could have been preaching, and I was just like, yes, Lord, yes. Because it was just,
yeah.
and I think that's so true. And my dad always used to say, you gotta have the gift of gab. And if that ain't one man who ain't had the gift of gab, he wouldn't have 10 kids to this day.
You can talk up on some things.
And somehow he still got somebody's money. So it worked out for him.
So he would be the expert on that.
Yeah, so he had some amazing gift of gab. And so with that quote and that refresher of me thinking of my dad, I was just like, you know, you gotta, a lot of time it's all about selling you.
It is. And I think sometimes we get so introverted and we shy away from what we're trying to do. And part of trying to do it is being able to sell yourself. I mean, you want people to come, you want people to buy into your dream or what you're selling, but you want to shrink away and shy away. He's right. You know, you have to put some effort behind it. People will buy what you got. They really will. But if they don't know you got it, you can't buy it.
That's so true. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope it helps you want to further your dreams like we over here doing, furthering ours and creating visions. And when you start having those visions, just write them down. And it don't matter if you got over 50, because you can still do it eventually.
You can. You got time.
Yeah. You always got, well, until you're dead.
Until
you
you're
got
dead.
You got plenty of time.
Until you're dead. But you ain't dead today, so do something with all those great ideas.
And Nico, I can't wait for us to do this again.
Well, you know I'll be back, girl. This her needs doing every other week.
And do you want to let them know your social media too?
I am Nico Farmer on everything. Nico Farmer. Nikko Farmer. Come look me up. Bye, y'all.
Bye.